Hello, my name is Maksim Belitski. I'm an Associate Professor of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Henley Business School, Henley Centre for Entrepreneurship, University of Reading in the United Kingdom. I've got a PhD from University of Milan, Department of Economics, and another PhD from University of Leicester in the UK, Department of Economics. I speak fluently 4 languages, which is English, Italian, Russian, and a Belarusian. And I basically speak also German, Spanish. I understand Polish and Ukrainian. My current collaborators, in particular, are in the United States, in Germany, and in Italy. They are Professor David Aldrich, Candida Brush, Bill Wales, Jeffrey Martin, Tatiana Stadler, Donald Kuratko, and others. I also hold external affiliations, such as Professor of ICT Business School in Paris, a Research Fellow at the Institute for Development Strategies at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm also a trusted researcher at the Office of National Statistics in the United Kingdom. I've got other visiting positions in my past, such as Professor of Econometrics at the University of Bolzano or Professor of Entrepreneurship in the University of Bath in the UK. I'm a co-founder of a spin-out from the University of Reading, Henley Business School, which is called Digital Leadership Forum at Henley. Well, the Digital Leadership Forum was an outcome of the e-leadership or e-skills project for SMEs, the project that we collaborated together with a number of European institutions back in 2016, 2019. And the Digital Leadership Forum allows different stakeholders in the region, but even beyond the Thames Valley region, to connect and talk about the role of the ICT skills and ICT capabilities in innovation and in a contribution for their business. This became a platform, a forum for different companies and business schools to talk about the issues of adopting technologies, about the new digital technologies such as wearables, artificial intelligence, cloud technology, augmented reality. How do you implement it in companies successfully, and what does it bring to your business? I'm also a lead educator on the massive online open course at the FutureLearn platform, which is called Digital Leadership, Creating the Values of Technology. This module is directly related to the project that we have done with the European Commission and with the Digital Leadership Forum at Henley. I'm also an editor of the Small Business Economic Journal, and I'm an associate editor of the E-commerce Research and Application Journal. My research approach is a combination of qualitative and quantitative techniques, from the regression analysis, factor analysis, to a rapid ethnography, interviews, bringing it together in order to understand complex regional and entrepreneurship challenges. My research interest includes entrepreneurship, innovation, market entry, knowledge spillovers, open innovation, financing for entrepreneurship, as well as regional economic development. My recent publications are about the role of R&D and knowledge spillovers in innovation and market entry. Well, first we analyze what are the factors that drive R&D. Then how does R&D contribute to innovation? And we know that innovation can be co-creation of product with your partners, can be in-house creation of new products, and it can be collaborating with others. It can be a mixture of both. So we understand first the link between the R&D, innovation, and then how does that finally affect firm productivity, labor productivity, and total factor productivity. I work with the data set of the UK companies as well as the companies in Europe to understand the link between the R&D, innovation, and firm performance. There is another link of my research with knowledge spillovers and knowledge collaboration. So what what do companies benefit from? Are they benefiting from more passive collaboration or more active collaboration? Well, passive collaboration is more of a spillovers, knowledge spillovers that happens in the industry or across industries, where companies participate in different events, or they simply collocate in the clusters with their competitors or other companies that have become sources of valuable knowledge for their innovation. Or in fact, it's a direct collaboration with your competitors, your customers, your suppliers, your enterprise group, your government, local, regional government, and consultants in order to innovate. Well, we analyze both, and we look at the both innovative and non-innovative firms, and as well as the firms across one of the most innovative sectors in the UK, such as knowledge-intense business services, creative industries, ICT, and high-tech manufacturing, where we're trying to understand, is it about knowledge spillovers that can foster innovation, or it's about knowledge collaboration, or in fact it's a both? To what extent do knowledge collaboration and knowledge spillovers are complementary? In fact, we do find sometimes the complementary effect, sometimes there is a substitute effect, but altogether it's not like in football, so that one team wins another. So it's both of them. It depends on where you stand as an innovator and what access to external resources and internal resources you have, including your in-house R&D, that helps you to choose the best channel for your external knowledge. I mean, spillovers versus knowledge collaboration. Another strand of my research is about understanding the role of dynamic capabilities and ICT capabilities as a part of dynamic capabilities for innovation and productivity. I've worked with the project with a number of institutions, European institutions, on the European Commission sponsored project, which is called e-leadership or e-skills for SMEs. We looked at 271 most successful companies in Spain, Netherlands, Denmark, UK, and Bulgaria, in order to understand how do they adopt those technologies, the new digital technologies, and how they transform their digital technologies into innovation and sales. We also interviewed about 50 people, mostly CIO, which is Chief Information Officers, and CEOs across those companies. This is to understand how they adopt technologies and how that technological capabilities turn into innovation. Institutions and entrepreneurship is an important part of my research. I look at the role of doing business conditions, tax regulation, government size, and corruption on the quality and the quantity of entrepreneurship in cities, regions, and firms. Of course, all companies are related to, all companies are facing institutions. They're facing all institutions. So it's very hard to understand what institutions are more important or less important. So we need to put them all together, almost in a horse race, to see which one of the institutions have the strongest effect on the company. Of course, we find that, in the developed world, corruption matters a lot, or working with the government. In the developed countries, we find it's more about doing business conditions, about tax regulation. It's about the time you need to get your product through the customs. One of the interesting research agenda is the role of the cultural diversity, knowledge, and entrepreneurial dynamics. So one of the strands of my research is about looking at the diversity of European regions, and this is something like Florida's 3T, technology, talent, and tolerance. So how does that, in complementing the digital factors and digital technologies, brings new dimensions for entrepreneurship? So how does that distribution of cultural diversity, in addition to skills and different regional specialization, different industries, knowledge-intense industries, helps entrepreneurs to start a business, survive, and grow their business very fast? Another direction of my research is scaling up and speeding up. So it's about acceleration of the firms. So it's almost like pushing the accelerator pedal that helps the car to move faster. So does this accelerator pedal exist for firms? Well, we say yes. Unfortunately, only a small fraction of firms can accelerate in their growth. We found that less than 1% of the firms that can accelerate in job creation, about 3% can accelerate in their sales, and about 2% can accelerate in their labor productivity. But what are the factors that make the acceleration possible? Well, these are firm age, firm size, this is a competition in the industry, potentially switching industry effects, as well as the region where the company is located, the number of multinationals, knowledge spillovers. Altogether, there is a multi-level and a multi-source effect of regional industry and firm level factors that helps the company to accelerate. And together with my colleagues from the University of Albany in particular and the University of Alabama, we work on understanding how those environmental and firm level factors interplay in order to increase the propensity of the company to accelerate in growth, job creation, in market size, and in productivity. Finally, an exciting bit of my research is about the role of the ecosystems and the roles that different stakeholders play in the ecosystems. With my colleagues from East Europe and South Europe, I collected the data in about 15 countries and 20 cities, where we interviewed up to 15 stakeholders in each city, making it up to 180 interviews with different stakeholders from the government, policymakers, venture capital, university professors, students, entrepreneurs, business owners, banks. And then we also did a survey of the experts, about 100 people, experts from each city. So getting together more than 2,000 of expert entries. And altogether this allows us to ask questions such as what is the role of venture capital, equity and debt finance into entrepreneurship ecosystem? What is the role of sustainability, corruption, other factors such as institutions, the quality of environment, pollution, traffic, regional economic indicators such as cross-regional product, market size. How does that all contribute to the quality of entrepreneurship rate, and the connectivity in the entrepreneurial ecosystems? This research derived from collaboration with Professor David Aldrich in Indiana University on entrepreneurship ecosystem research in European cities, with now we're expanding it further to the South and East Europe. We are also working on understanding the entrepreneurship ecosystem in the United States, in particular along the I-91 corridor of the areas in Connecticut, New Hampshire, and in Pioneer Valley in West Massachusetts. We are planning to make a map of the entrepreneurship ecosystems for different countries, including the European Union, the UK, and the United States. And important in my work is also bringing experts from specific communities together to work on different topics, such as emerging entrepreneurship, COVID-19 crisis, knowledge management in entrepreneurial organizations. So along with my colleagues, we run various special issues in Technology Forecasting and Social Change Journal on latent and emerging entrepreneurship, Small Business Economics Journal on knowledge frontiers and knowledge boundaries for entrepreneurship research, in the International Management and Entrepreneurship Journal on knowledge management in entrepreneurial organizations, as well as the COVID-19 crisis in small business economics. The experience of the special issues will allow contributors to join the community of experts, and this really brings a lot of vibe and a lot of synergies to communities. Having this special issue in the mostly entrepreneurial and management journals really enriches my understanding on how these interdisciplinary issues and how the communities and research and methods can be used across different disciplines. I convert the data on innovation, entrepreneurship, and institution into knowledge with a strong managerial and policy implications. Thank you for listening. what I'm doing in my research interest, and feel free to connect.